Hi, grievers and recoverers. So coming up is National Hug and High Five Day. Well, here in the Grief Recovery Method, we believe in hugs, we use hugs, but they're very intentional and they're specific in their application and in their purpose. So I thought, let's talk about hugs because it's my favorite thing to do. So hugs. Who knew? They actually are serving a purpose. They're serving a job. They're not just a feel good, sure, awkwardly, the awkward hugs where the people tap and it's like, wow, it's weird. It doesn't feel right. And all the things. So we're going to talk about hugs because they're important. Now, when someone is around you having emotion, what do? Maybe you rub them, maybe you tap them. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I'm going to teach you something different. So let's say, here's a great example, actually. Last week, I was camping and I'm checking in with this sweet, wonderful human. And while I'm checking in to the campsite and being in process or whatever we want to call it, someone comes in the door frantically. And when the ambulance gets here, we need you to open the gate. Our neighbor believes her husband is having a stroke. Rattling, scary, right? And this person is checking me in, just sweet as pie, believes, sort of has this sense of ownership for everyone on the campground. And so she's moved to emotion. She's moved to tears. She's sad for the person and what is going on. And also the person behind me has tears too. And so I jump right into action because I know what to do. Do you ever have those moments where you just don't really know what to do and those are uncomfortable? Yeah, emotions don't need to be that way. We can train and learn something different. Now, so I do what I do and I let her have her emotion and let her cry. And then when she's all done, she's feeling probably embarrassed. It seemed that way. There's a line of people behind me who are also trying to check in and she's trying to just get herself to calm down so she could get back in the moment, get back to work. I felt so sad for her that she felt so rushed. She had to rush through this feeling when something scary is happening on her watch. It's just scary. So I let her have her crying, her moment. I felt that. And because I felt that, I took a minute to just pause and let her be human. It was a beautiful thing, actually. But then I said, hey, are you accepting hugs? And she said, yes, please. So now we enter in my trusty assistant. You guys remember Red. We've met Red before. Hi, Red. Thanks for joining us today. So when someone, COVID times, I'm going to offer a hug if I see someone having an emotional moment of tears and sadness or fear or whatever it is, because the human is more important to me than other things. You could choose to disagree, but in this time of COVID, I did offer a hug. So the person is having their moment and I say, Red, are you accepting hugs? And Red says, yes. Now we do have to let them say yes or no. In COVID or out of COVID, we need to let them say yes or no. And Red said yes. And I just go right up to Red like this, heart to heart. And I'm going to hug Red firm and still and tight and quiet. And I continue hugging Red until I feel Red kind of exhale and release his grasp. When Red releases his grasp, I know that Red got what he needed from me. He was able to feel accepted. He was able to feel heard. He was able to feel safe to have that emotion in front of me or with me, share the moment with me. And I believe Red was able to feel loved. But again, it's really intentional. We let him say yes or no. I'm going to show you from the back. Look at, we get to see the heart of Red, which is full of love with all these stuffed animals, right? Stuffed animals are love. Red, think after Red is all done. Now, while Red's crying, I don't want to talk, touch, or interrupt. No talking, touching, or interrupting. And when Red's all done, Red, thank you so much for sharing. Would you like a hug? Or are you accepting hugs? Yeah, Rachelle, thank you. And so I just hug Red, firm, still tight and quiet. Just like that. until red lets go. I felt red sort of let go. Thank you, red. And I just say thank you. Take a breath, let red come back to the moment, and then we can move on from there. You'll be amazed at how much that can do for a person to just center them, get them back on the ground, anchor them down, not in a heavy, oh no, I'm stuck here anchor, but in a, okay, my feet are on the ground. I can take another step. Someone loves me. I'm not weird. I'm just being human, and I'm important too. And it's so valuable. It's one of my favorite things about the grief recovery method. So whether you're with red or a living, breathing human, I hope that helps you in the moment. Someone has motion, no talking, touching, or interrupting. We wait till they're all done, and then we simply say, thank you so much. Are you accepting hugs? They get to say yes or no. Remember, firm, still, tight, and quiet. None of this rubbing on the back, no patting, none of that. And then we let go when red lets go. I hope that's helpful for you as you are out in the world living with humans like I do. I love you. Bye, everybody.